Chapter 1341, Purple Blood River Traps Wu Yong. Chapter 1341, Purple Blood River Traps Wu Yong. Translator. Atlas Studios. Editor. Atlas Studios. I can locate the 7 illusions demon immortal. Tai Mianshen's words eased Wu Yong's frown. As it turned out, after capturing 7 illusions demon immortal, Tai clan had started to make arrangements against the 7 illusions true inheritance. Among the southern border super forces, Tai clan was the force that targeted the demonic path most fiercely. Especially after they built the demon suppression tower, they were the pillar of the righteous path in pursuing demonic path Gu immortals. Right now, Tai Mianshen was using his immortal killer move to investigate the area for clues. This way. After finding the direction, Tai Mianshen flew towards the east. Wu Yong and Xiao Zhikai looked at each other for a second before following after him. The clues were broken, but found again time after time. With the experienced Tai Mianshen leading the way, the 3 immortals had great progress. But an hour later, they returned to the blood-tide pit. Xiao Zhikai was shocked. Why are we back here? Tai Mianshen smiled coldly. The most dangerous place is the safest place. Xiao Zhikai reacted as he praised, such guts. Wu Yong looked around coldly. After a few breaths, his gaze was locked onto an area in the blood-tide pit. Roar! The peaceful lake suddenly raged with waves. Countless blood beasts emerged from it. Large numbers of desolate-level blood beasts, with a small number of ancient blood beasts, formed into an army as they charged at Wu Yong and the others fiercely. Blood beasts were a type of path beast. They did not reproduce normally, but were born from heaven and earth, created using natural blood path Dao marks. Similar to blood beasts were snow monsters, mud monsters, cloud beasts, soul beasts, year beasts, and rock dragons. Blood Tide Pit had such an incredible thing. A blood beast breeding ground? Tai Mianshen said softly as he looked at Wu Yong. Wu Yong expressed surprise on his face. Blood Tide Pit contained a true inheritance of Blood Sea ancestor. It was obtained by mortal Gu master Shang Yanfei, and was later taken by Wu clan. Wu clan turned the Blood Tide Pit into their possession, and explored it, but did not find anything special. It was only treated as a resource point after that. So many blood beasts in ambush, no wonder the 7 illusions demon immortal is hiding here. Xiao Zhikai said. Blood beasts formed into an army and attacked. They had all sorts of forms. Some had tiger heads and horse bodies, some had snake heads and rabbit bodies, some had tortoise shells and dragon tails, some were like trees, while some were giant fruits. The pungent smell of blood assaulted the nose as these blood beasts growled sinisterly. This force suddenly attacked. Even super clans would be caught off guard. But Xiao Zhikai's and Tai Mianshen's expressions were unchanged. They did not intend to retreat. Because at this moment, Wu Yong was standing in front of them. A bunch of trash. Wu Yong snorted, rage flickering in his eyes. He was very angry. Because during this period, he was staying in Wu clan, deploying members everywhere to deal with all sorts of situations, he was extremely repressed. And now, this 7 illusions demon immortal had vile intentions. They actually caused the deaths of Wu clans Wu Yuanju and Rong Hao. Tiny traces of wind was gathering around him. The gentle green wind had unknowingly surrounded the growling blood beasts as well. The blood beasts were still rampaging, their speed did not fall at all. Just when they were about to reach the 3 immortals, blood beasts started to explode. The explosions were not loud, they were very gentle, like the bursting of bubbles. Blood beasts detonated one after another. Even though they were close to the immortals, they were no threat, unable to deal any damage. The growling and attack was like a joke. Hundreds of rank 6 battle strength and dozens of rank 7 battle strength beasts had disintegrated in front of Wu Yong, fragile like toys made of paper. This was the power of a rank 8. What immortal killer move is this? The aura is completely concealed, I cannot detect anything. Xiao Zhikai was full of shock. Tai Mianshen had a solemn expression, staring at Wu Yong's back. Wu Yong's expression was dark, he stared at the blood tide below him. The blood beasts did not form out of nothing, the blood tide had dried out, the blood tide pit that was oozing with blood earlier was now drying up. Xianxia sighed, it was a pity. He could see that the dense blood path Dao marks in blood tide pit had vanished. From now on, blood tide pit no longer existed, it was only an ordinary pit now. Wu Yong did not care. This pit, unfathomable to the eyes of normal people, was completely exposed to him. A rainbow-colored figure appeared in Wu Yong's investigative range. You are the daring person who is trying to challenge Wu Clan's authority. Wu Yong said calmly, but everyone could hear his killing intent and rage. The mysterious Gu immortal in the pit smiled bitterly, Lord Wu Yong, I had no choice, I was forced to. Now. I seek your understanding. Wu Yong's expression changed. At the next moment, his environment changed abruptly. The blue sky and mountainous ground had vanished, the surroundings had turned into a color of purple. The three immortals could not sense their distances, their sense of space had been severely disrupted. Rumble. Tides could be heard, the blood beasts that were destroyed earlier turned into bloody water as they gathered into a river, flowing below the three immortals. The blood-colored waves and ripples appeared, countless purple thoughts rained down and assaulted the immortals. Damn it! These blood beasts were just the prelude and trap. So vicious. Xianxia cursed. Tai Mianshan looked around nervously, what immortal battlefield killer move is this, is it a super Gu formation? With his investigative abilities, he could not see through this place. Wu Yong was unhappy, he snorted coldly and waved his sleeves. Boom, intense winds blew as a giant tornado surrounded the range of 1 li, encircling the three immortals. Purple thoughts rained down furiously, landing on the ball of wind as they splattered, but could not break the defense. Wu Yong did not move, his expression was cold, he raised his right arm and flicked. A crisp sound echoed. A dark jade worm flew out of his fingertips. The small worm got out of the ball of wind and flew towards the blood river rapidly. While flying, it grew larger as its body expanded to 10 feet, 50 feet, 150 feet. After a few breaths of time, it turned into a vicious wind dragon that was 220 feet long, it bared its fangs and claws, breaking the rain of purple thoughts, crashing into the blood river. The blood river gushed and formed a spiral, trying to devour the wind dragon like a giant beast. Wu Yong's eyes flashed with a green light, the wind dragon roared and turned into countless jade wind blades, shooting everywhere. The blood river spiral was broken by the wind blades, but the wind blades continued to cut as the red blood river was split into two. Xianxia and Tai Mianshan watched with wide-opened eyes, they had shocked and chaotic emotions. Wu Yong's every attack was an immortal killer move with outstanding power, far beyond rank 7. If they were his opponent, they would not last for a move. Wu Yong could actually use such a powerful immortal killer moves, it was like his instinct, it was as easy as breathing. Every killer move of Lord Wu Yong had its aura concealed to the limit, he was truly hiding his strength. Xianxia's heart was still in a commotion. This wind dragon killer move actually has a second style variation move, turning into countless wind blades. Wu Yong is definitely not as useless as the rumors say, he has such incredible battle strength, this person is hiding so deeply. Tai Mianshan's eyes shone with brilliance. He looked at Wu Yong's back, feeling glad that Tai clan and Wu clan were allies, they had not turned on each other. Wu Duxiu and Wu Yong were mother and son, the former was like a fierce wind blowing on the top of a mountain, while the latter was a powerful tornado at the bottom of a valley. They acted differently and had opposite personalities, but they were equally powerful and domineering. However, even with Wu Yong's fierce attacks, the surroundings did not change. The split river turned into two, expanding and forming two blood rivers, both were equally big as before. Xianxia's expression changed, to be able to remain under the attack of a rank 8 Gu immortal and trap all three of them, what sort of method was this? His doubts did not last long, because a figure soon emerged from the blood river, speaking and giving them the answer. This is my purple blood river formation. Wu Yong, if you do not use the 2 rank 8 immortal Gu that your mother left you, with just that rank 8 gentle wind Gu, you cannot break this formation. Purple Mountain True Monarch said. He was not in his mini-man body, he was as large as a human now. When he spoke, his body rose up as an island floated below his feet. Xiao Zhikai and Tai Mianshen's expressions changed. Wu Yong was also moved. This was because Purple Mountain True Monarch did not conceal his aura, he was undoubtedly a rank 8. Who are you? What do you want? Wu Yong called out. Purple Mountain True Monarch smiled, looking at Wu Yong with his clear purple eyes. Of course, it is to kill you. Once you are dead, Wu clan will go into a commotion, other clans will attack it, it will break apart. Wu Yong was stunned, he suddenly laughed as he raised his head. He was laughing from anger. After laughing, he lowered his head, a fierce light shooting out of his eyes. Such guts, in that case, I will kill you and raise my prestige as a rank 8. Saying this, a strong aura burst out of his body. Countless Gu worms were activated in his immortal aperture. Xiao Zhikai and Tai Mianshen both retreated, they could feel unparalleled threat coming from Wu Yong's body. Purple Mountain True Monarch's smile faded. Wu Yong's immortal killer moves earlier were undetectable, their auras were concealed completely. But now, the immortal killer move he was conjuring had incredible aura, it was like a raging storm. From this perspective, Wu Yong was using his full strength to fight. What immortal killer move was it that made Wu Yong unable to conceal the aura? No matter what killer move it was, once activated, an incredible power would be unleashed, the might would be unstoppable. How could this be allowed? At Purple Mountain True Monarch's will, countless purple thoughts burst out like a storm, gushing out. Wu Clan. Ancestral Hall. This. The Wu Clan Gu immortal guarding the Ancestral Hall had a change of expression as sweat rolled down his face, his expression was deathly pale. He shouted in shock, Lord Wu Yong's Life Tablet Gu and Soul Lantern Gu were destroyed. Lord Wu Yong, is he dead? If you find any errors, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know. Report chapter so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1342, with elder brother gone, younger brother takes over. Chapter 1342, with elder brother gone, younger brother takes over. Translator. Atlas Studios. Editor. Atlas Studios. Ancestral Hall. The Ancestral Hall on top of Wuyi Mountain was a mortal Gu house. Using a large number of rank 5 mortal Gu, even though it was inferior to immortal Gu houses, it was extremely significant to Wu Clan. Essentially, every super force and normal force would have an Ancestral Hall. Inside, Life Tablet Gu and Soul Lantern Gu would be used, or even Blood Rope Gu. The former two were common, while Blood Rope Gu was rare, because it was Blood Path. Even the small and big sects in Central Continent had buildings similar to the Ancestral Hall, storing Life Tablet Gu and Soul Lantern Gu. At this moment, Wu Ba Chong was standing in the Ancestral Hall, looking at the Gu worm fragments blankly. After the Life Tablet Gu shattered, it would be like wood scraps, while Soul Lantern Gu would become a cracked ladybird, it would not be shining with a dark blue light anymore. Wu Ba Chong was old, but he had a muscular body resembling a bear, his hair was white and his nose was wide, he had thick brows and sharp eyes, he was a steady and responsible person. He was the second supreme elder of Wu Clan, he had gone through many ordeals, resulting in his calm nature, but now, his forehead was full of sweat, his breathing was ragged, his gaze was chaotic and in a mess. Lord Wu Yong died. Wu Ba Chong stared at the two mortal Gu fragments, he had already stood here for a while, but his mind was in a mess. How could this happen? A great rank 8 existence, the pillar of our Wu Clan, he died like this? Wu Ba Chong did not dare to imagine this or believe it. Did Lord Wu Yong die or not? He kept asking himself. After all, Life Tablet Gu and Soul Lantern Gu were mortal Gu, it was possible to interfere with them using some methods. But Wu Yong was uncontactable now, no matter how Wu Clan tried to communicate with him, none got through, this was an undeniable fact. Regardless of whether or not Wu Yong was dead, his situation was definitely not good. Being able to make a rank 8 Gu immortal end up in such a state, who is it? A rank 8 existence among the demonic path and lone cultivators? Or is it the other super clans, are they collaborating to deal with our Wu clan? Wu Ba-chong continued to guess. The more he thought, the more messy his mind was. Wu Du-xiu died, Wu Yong went missing, in this huge Wu clan, the number 1 super clan in southern border, there was actually no rank 8 existence guarding it now. This was a severe situation, Wu clan was in a disastrous state, and the most fearful thing was, the perpetrator was still unknown. After his shocked emotions returned to normal, fear and loss filled Wu Ba-chong's heart. Normally, there was Wu Du-xiu or Wu Yong suppressing the situation, he did not feel anything. But now that the 2 rank 8 great experts were gone, Wu Ba-chong realized that his stable and firm shoulders could not bear the weight of Wu clan. During Wu Du-xiu's era, he was the second supreme elder, after Wu Yong ascended to her role, he continued to assist him. In terms of seniority, he was among the oldest and most experienced southern border righteous path Gu immortals. However, it was pointless. He was only rank 7 in cultivation level, his battle strength was not outstanding, if he fought against old Treeman Bada, he could not win. Even among Wu clan, there were many rank 7 Gu immortals who could fight him evenly. However, he was the first person to return among Wu clan's higher-ups. Thus, he had the initiative. What do I do? Even if Lord Wu Yong is not dead, he has gone missing and his Life Tablet Gu and Soul Lantern Gu have shattered, once news gets out, there would be a huge commotion, everyone's hearts would waver. Should I hide the information? Wu Ba-chong quickly shook his head. This shocking news had already been exposed to many Wu clan Gu immortals by the Wu clan rank 6 Gu immortal who was guarding the place. If Wu Yong was confirmed to be dead, the mastermind who attacked Wu clan would not give up this chance to target their morale. Thus, he could not seal this news even if he wanted to. Is the matter at hand to find the missing Lord Wu Yong, or should we shrink our defensive lines and recall the supreme elders who are outside to guard our base? Wu Ba-chong frowned. Both choices were dangerous. Searching for Wu Yong would definitely be dangerous, to be able to destroy Wu Yong's Life Tablet Gu and Soul Lantern Gu and have him disappear, the mastermind was definitely powerful. Sending rank 7 Gu immortals to find him was like sending sheep to a tiger. And if they retracted their defensive lines and called back the elders, it would be a huge political loss, many of their resource points would be lost. If the surrounding super forces tried to take over at this time, Wu clan would suffer immense losses. What should he do? Wu Ba-chong was hesitant, he was stuck between 2 tough options. After a long time, he licked his dry lips, he decided to put both options on hold, he was going to hold a meeting with the Wu clan Gu immortals as the second supreme elder, they would execute the plan after coming to a consensus. Wu Yong was missing and uncontactable, a huge storm surrounding Wu clan was quietly forming. Southern border, Super Gu formation. Fong Yuan sat on his bed, cultivating with his eyes closed, he was multitasking as he listened to Lady White Rabbit's report. Lady White Rabbit had inherited the White Rabbit true inheritance. This true inheritance was quite famous in southern border, the inheritor had to be pure-hearted. And when they cultivate in the future, they had to maintain the same pure-heartedness. Otherwise, most of the true inheritance's methods could not be used, using them forcefully would result in backlash. Precisely so, Lady White Rabbit was naturally trustworthy, she was a popular person among lone immortals and demonic cultivators. Wu-en had noticed this initially, thus he convinced Lady White Rabbit to be the intermediary in hosting this immortal opportunity business. Once in a while, Lady White Rabbit would enter the Super Gu formation and report the situation of the immortal opportunity business to Fong Yuan. Even though Fang Yuan did not gain any benefits from the immortal opportunity business, he listened to the business situation as it could help him learn about the changes in the area surrounding the giant dream realm. Lady White Rabbit spoke softly, her voice was like smooth water, she reported with a gentle gaze on Fang Yuan's face. Fang Yuan was in Wu Yihai's appearance now, his face was handsome, his nose was tall and wide, his manly heroic aura was completely displayed. Lady White Rabbit had fallen for him already, she purposely spoke slowly, treasuring this precious time she could spend with Fang Yuan alone. Unfortunately, each time Fang Yuan met with her, he spoke only twice. The first sentence was to ask Lady White Rabbit to sit as she gave her report, and the second was for her to leave. But even so, Lady White Rabbit was very satisfied. She knew deeply that Wu Yihai had a high status, she felt like she was a lowly person and could not match Fang Yuan. She was very happy to spend this time with him once in a while, she felt very blissful. Right at this time, Lady White Rabbit's voice halted. Because she saw Fang Yuan's expression change. This situation was very rare, Lady White Rabbit's heart clenched. What happened to Wu Yihai? Did he encounter any problems? Fang Yuan gradually shut his eyes, willing as he opened the hull. Yihai, at this point in time, you still have the mood to relax and spend time with a woman? A female immortal barged into the hall. Lady White Rabbit turned around and looked, this was a young woman wearing green clothing with wavy sleeves. Her skin was smooth like snow, her body was curvy and she resembled a delicate willow. She had an extremely beautiful face, especially her attractive eyes, concealed by her long eyelashes, they seemed clear as water. She is Qiao Clan's Qiao Si Lu. Lady White Rabbit recognized this person as she flustered, lowering her gaze in panic. She knew this person's relationship with Fang Yuan. Some time ago, there were rumors about Fang Yuan and Qiao Si Lu circulating around. Fairy Si Lu is so beautiful, as expected of one of the top 3 fairies in southern border. Only someone like this can be with Lord Wu Yihai. Lady White Rabbit thought this, as she felt pain in her heart nurturing and fermenting. Qiao Si Lu took a look at Lady White Rabbit who was lowering her head, she seemed to be nonchalant but she was actually very attentive. Qiao Si Lu was trying to seduce Wu Yihai into becoming Qiao Clan's son-in-law. Qiao Si Lu had to look at all of Fang Yuan's information. And in Fang Yuan's information, Lady White Rabbit was present. This was the first time Qiao Si Lu was meeting Lady White Rabbit. She saw that Lady White Rabbit had a delicate body, her eyes were like rubies, she had fluffy rabbit ears that were drooping, her eyes were looking down, it was cute and endearing. Even though under close examination, her appearance was slightly inferior to Qiao Si Lu, men loved these tiny pitiful creatures that were full of cuteness. But now is not the time to deal with her. Qiao Si Lu snorted internally, passing White Rabbit as she went up to Fang Yuan. Fang Yuan had opened his eyes, standing up from his bed as he smiled towards Qiao Si Lu, "Fairy, this sudden visit is truly joyful." Lady White Rabbit looked at Fang Yuan in a daze, thinking, Wu Yihai is smiling again, I have not seen him smile for a long time. He looks like the sun shining in spring when he smiles, if only he could smile at me. Qiao Si Lu looked at Fang Yuan, disregarding pleasantries, it seems you really do not know. Sigh, my next words will only be shocking, there is no joy. Fang Yuan's expression changed, what happened? Qiao Si Lu did not answer him, she turned around and said to Lady White Rabbit, little lady, please leave first, I need to talk to your lord. What? Lady White Rabbit was dazed. Fang Yuan waved his hand, White Rabbit, please. Lady White Rabbit did not dare to defy Fang Yuan, she acknowledged as she left the hall. As the doors closed, Qiao Si Lu said, Wu Yong is missing, his life tablet Gu and soul lantern Gu are destroyed, news has not spread in southern border yet, but Wu clan is in chaos now. What? Fang Yuan was deeply shocked. This was simply too shocking. With the destruction of his life tablet Gu and soul lantern Gu, Wu Yong was likely to have died. He was the pillar of Wu clan, if he died, would Wu clan be able to defend its territories? Xiao Lu continued, Hi, I am here to lend you a hand. You are Wu Yong's brother, the person closest to him in bloodline, and you have sufficient cultivation level. With Wu Yong gone, you have to take over as first supreme elder. From today onwards, you will hold the authority of Wu clan. If you find any errors, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know. Report chapter so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1343, Gaining Authority Without Even Moving. Chapter 1343, Gaining Authority Without Even Moving. Translator. Atlas Studios. Editor. Atlas Studios. Taking over Wu clan. Xiao Lu's words made Fang Yuan moved. How could he not be moved? After all, Wu clan was a super force, and it was not an ordinary super force, it was already very powerful, having the #1 position for years after years in Southern Borders history. Wu clan had a huge territory with all sorts of resource points, it had a deep foundation and an incredible rich treasury. If he could control this super force, becoming the person with the highest authority, Fang Yuan's future cultivation resources would be unrestricted. Right now, Fang Yuan had a lot of assets. The trading of Dang Hun Mountains Guts Gu, Dragonfish, Regretful Spiders, Eerie Fire Dragon Pythons, Star Fragment Grass, Star Dart Gu, Star River Gu, Stellar Fire Gu, Falling Meteor Gu, as well as the Spirit Snake trade which had started recently. It was not an exaggeration to say that Fang Yuan was raking in gold every day. If the rest of the resources in Fang Yuan's Sovereign Immortal Aperture were included, he had an ordinary rank 8 Gu Immortals Foundation. If he also included Langyip Blessed Land's Wisdom Gu, and Dang Hun Mountain located inside it, and City Well in the Turbulent Flow Sea area, Fang Yuan had surpassed ordinary rank 8 Gu Immortals. But he paled in comparison if he placed his resources against those of a superforce. Any superforce had an incredibly deep foundation, even if they currently did not have a rank 8 great expert, they had them in history. In addition to the resource points that the super forces controlled in the 5 regions, Fang Yuan's assets were truly inferior in comparison. For example, Wu clan's Blood Tide Pit produced more profits than Fang Yuan's Dragonfish transactions. Wu clan had 20 to 30 resource points similar to Blood Tide Pit. And resource points inferior to Blood Tide Pit, like Northern Plains Lu Tribe's Bone Burial Field or Jade Light Pit, were countless. There were also about 10 top-tier resource points better than Blood Tide Pit. And don't forget, the resources in the immortal apertures of Wu clan's Gu Immortals, and also the blessed lands and grotto heavens of Wu clan's predecessors. Of course, super forces had lots of earnings and also spending. Wu clan was currently in a state of having more assets than manpower, they were barely able to defend these resources when Wu Yong was around. But with him gone, they were sure to have losses, they had to give up some. But even so, if Fang Yuan could control Wu clan, his gains would be immense, far beyond him working alone. Fang Yuan quickly calmed down. He took a look at Xiao Lu, immediately realizing her intention. Like what Xiao Lu said, with Wu Yong gone, the role of Wu Hai, whom Fang Yuan was acting as, was the best choice of becoming Wu clan's first supreme elder. This was an unbelievably rare chance. Fang Yuan did not doubt that Xiao Lu was speaking the truth, because it was too easy to verify. Xiao Lu was here in a rush, she showed her sincerity. Fang Yuan frowned and smiled bitterly, such a huge thing happened. I had no idea. The urgent matter at hand is to get back to Wu clan. Wu Bachong has already gathered the supreme elders, many Gu immortals have already returned, even if they did not return, their wills are present. But they purposely left you out, I wonder what their intentions were. Xiao Lu said anxiously. Using Wu Hai was the best chance that Xiao clan had in interfering with Wu clan. Fang Yuan sighed deeply, sigh. I have only been in Wu clan for a short time, I have no foundation or network. It is too difficult to take over and become the first supreme elder. They purposely left me out, it shows that my chances are way too slim. No, you have a big chance. Hai, don't forget that you have me, Xiao clan is backing you up. Xiao Si Lu looked at Fang Yuan with deep emotions. Fang Yuan blinked. How will Xiao clan help me? What will Lord Xiao Zhikai do? Xiao Si Lu's expression froze. She hesitated for a while, but she did not dare to hide it from Fang Yuan. She said the truth. Our first Supreme Elder went with Lord Wu Yong. He has vanished as well. His life tablet Gu broke and we cannot contact him. Other than them, Tai clan's Tai Mianshan also went missing. They were investigating the deaths of Wu Yuanju and Rong Hao, but now we do not know if they are alive or not. Fang Yuan's pupils shrunk. What is going on? Xiao Si Lu smiled bitterly. Trust me, this is all I know. Fang Yuan showed hesitation. Such a shocking event, we cannot hide it from the world for long. Who was it? Without Lord Xiao Zhikai, how will Xiao clan help me? Don't worry about that, Xiao clan has already come to a consensus. I am the chosen representative. Xiao Si Lu said. Fang Yuan was slightly shocked. Xiao clan was the weakest among Southern Border's super forces. Despite that, they were united. Even with Xiao Zhikai missing, they still carried out their plans accordingly. As expected, any super force had its extraordinary aspect. But Fang Yuan did not want to go. He sensed that there were undercurrents brewing a huge vortex. The mastermind was a powerful force. Even if he took over as Wu clan's first Supreme Elder, so what? No resources could match his gains in exploring dream realms. Fang Yuan did not need more resources, he needed attainment level from the dream realms. The latter was the truly precious fortuitous encounter. Even if he became Wu clan's most authoritative figure, which was alluring and beneficial to him, Fang Yuan knew that there were countless choices in life. If one wanted to progress further, they could not be blinded by profits. They needed to be clear about what were the most important things. Once I become first Supreme Elder, I would need to return to the clan and hold the fort, back at Wuyi Mountain. How can I leave the giant dream realm? I had put in so much effort to come here. But rejecting Xiao Si Lu is not wise. If I anger Xiao clan and ruin our relationship, I will gain nothing. But the most important thing is, in the eyes of everyone, if I stay here and do not return to gain control of the clan, it would be very strange and suspicious. After all, I also displayed a level of political ambition earlier. Fang Yuan thought as he paced around the hall. Xiao Si Lu was stomping her feet in anxiety. Hi, why are you hesitating? This is too shocking, I need some time to think. Fang Yuan waved his hand. There is no time, we need to leave now, you can think along the way. Xiao Si Lu said. No, this is not as simple as you think. Fang Yuan shook his head, having a grim expression. Do you know? You have already fallen for their trap. Xiao Si Lu was stunned. What? Fang Yuan said, if we return openly like this, what would Wu clan's Supreme Elders think? They are not stupid. If I, Wu Yi, goes back with Xiao clan and take over as first Supreme Elder, leaving my brother in the lurch and instead, bringing in outsiders to fight for benefits in the clan, the entire clan will be torn apart. Without sufficient strength and reputation, how can I take over as first Supreme Elder? Xiao Si Lu blinked, thinking, Wu Yi's words made sense. Then do we stay here while Wu Bachong controls the situation and takes over as first Supreme Elder? Xiao Si Lu retorted. Fang Yuan thought that this Xiao Si Lu was not easy to get rid of, but he smiled. We can wait, there is no rush. No rush? Xiao Si Lu stared with wide eyes. Fang Yuan's smile deepened. He looked at Xiao Si Lu with a sharp gaze. I believe that even if I do not return, Wu Bachong cannot control the situation. Am I wrong? Xiao Si Lu was stunned again. Wu clan, discussion hall. Boom. Wu Bachong slammed the table, dust flew upwards from the damage. He shouted, Wu. Xiao. 1. What do you mean? No matter what suggestions I bring up, you object. Are you trying to find trouble with me? Wu Qiao smiled coldly, standing in the middle of the hall as he looked at Wu Bachong. Second Supreme Elder, you are too hasty. We do not know if Lord Wu Yong is dead or alive, just the Life Tablet Gu and Soul Lantern Gu cannot determine it. Look at you, you are sitting in his seat already. I was warning you earlier out of kindness, you should sit in your own seat. Supreme Elder Wu Qiao, Wu clan is in grave danger now, we should discuss the important matters and not bother with these small details. I feel that there is no issue with Lord Wu Ba Chong leading the discussion, he is the second Supreme Elder after all. And now, Wu clan needs a leader. Do you think we do not know what intentions you have, Wu Qiao? I just want to remind you, you are a Wu clansman, not a Qiao clansman. In the hall, some Gu immortal spoke, helping Wu Ba Chong target Wu Qiao. Wu Qiao sneered, in terms of bloodline, the most qualified person to become first Supreme Elder is Lord Wu Yi Hai. Should the second Supreme Elder take over the position? Are we in a Central Continent sect? There was silence. That makes sense. As clans, we emphasize on bloodline. Why did Wu Yi Hai not come? Wu Ba Chong, did you inform him? Some Gu immortals spoke out, most of them were defending their territories, only their wills were participating in this. Wu Ba Chong observed their expressions, even though he showed anger on his face, he was calm as ice in his heart. I did not succeed. He sighed internally. On the surface, he stood up, patting his forehead as he sighed, I was rash, I was too worried about the clan. You are right, Lord Wu Yi Hai should be leading us, I will welcome his return. I am willing to listen to him. Ha! Once he said that, the Gu immortals were shocked. Wu Qiao was also evidently surprised. What was this Wu Ba Chong planning? The contents of Wu clan's discussions soon got to Fang Yuan. Xiao Si Lu showed joy as she looked at Fang Yuan, great, even though we did not return, we can still take over Wu clan. Fang Yuan had a grim expression, the situation was progressing at an unpleasant rate. Wu Qiao's actions were understandable. After all, this former Wu clan third Supreme Elder was already bribed by Qiao clan. But Wu Ba Chong's action of taking a step back was truly brilliant, Fang Yuan was quite impressed. The situation is not good. Fang Yuan shook his head and sighed. If you find any errors, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know report chapter so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1344, Troubled Thoughts, Clear Jade Dripping Wind Building. Chapter 1344, Troubled Thoughts, Clear Jade Dripping Wind Building. Translator. Atlas Studios. Editor. Atlas Studios. What is it? Xiao Si Lu did not understand. Fang Yuan did not answer her, he paced around, using wisdom path methods as he fell into deep thought. The situation was very complex now, the mastermind was hidden, while Wu Yong was missing, everything was shrouded in mystery. But Fang Yuan had no choice but to decide his course of action now. He had no choice. Fang Yuan could deeply feel how helpless he was in this situation. Wu clan's Gu immortals, Xiao clan's Gu immortals, as well as southern border situation in the mastermind, they all forced him to leave the Super Gu formation. This was the helplessness of the righteous path. Fang Yuan was faced with a difficult test. He did not want to be a chess piece of Qiao clan and Wu clan, he wanted to keep his benefits amidst this complex situation. What to do? Fang Yuan had already guessed Wu Ba Chong's intention and desire. Maybe I can make use of this. Thinking of this, Fang Yuan decided to make use of it. He stopped walking around, he faced Xiao Si Lu, since they want me to lead the clan, I will give my orders. Yi Hai, this is the demeanor of a heroic man. Xiao Si Lu's eyes shone, she praised. Fang Yuan continued, with the mastermind hidden, we need to play safe now. I will order Wu clan's Gu immortals to give up on the faraway resource points and return to Wuyi Mountain, we will activate our immortal Gu houses to defend against the unknown. Xiao Si Lu was very satisfied with Fang Yuan's action. Fang Yuan informed her of his thoughts regarding Wu clan's internal affairs, he did not treat her as an outsider. Xiao Si Lu was joyful, she said, this is the best method to play safe. But it is a severe loss. By giving up the defense of so many resource points, the surrounding super forces will take over them. We have no choice. Wu Clan's strength is too dispersed. With this uncertain situation, we can only regroup and defend against future challenges. Fang Yuan sighed. That makes sense too. Let's go. We should return to Wuyi Mountain. Xiao Si Lu approved of Fang Yuan's idea, she said. Fang Yuan shook his head. No, we are not leaving. This will be too dangerous. Even my brother was ambushed. We are just rank 7, wouldn't that mastermind easily deal with us? If this mastermind wants to deal with Wu Clan, their next target is me. How can I leave now? The route back to Wu Clan is too dangerous. Fang Yuan's excuse was very reasonable. Xiao Si Lu's expression turned grim, nodding, that is true. We need to be safer. It will be best if we can be escorted by an immortal Gu house. After spending so much effort, he finally convinced Xiao Si Lu. Fang Yuan let out a sigh of relief. But he was still frowning. He had finally managed to stay in the Super Gu formation, but now, how long could it continue? Wu Yong's survival was uncertain. This situation made even Fang Yuan, who knew about certain future events, feel helpless. Inside the Purple Blood River formation, there were over a dozen blood rivers now. In this dim place, countless purple thoughts were pouring out unceasingly. Tai Mianshan shouted loudly. Iron sand that resembled fog was surrounding him, forming a huge veil that defended him. But the purple thoughts turned from solid to phantom, entering the iron sand veil towards Tai Mianshan unobstructed. Damn it! Tai Mianshan gritted his teeth. He had no options against such a phantom path method. But at the moment of crisis, a clear wind blew. The purple thoughts that had turned into phantom burst like bubbles. So close. Tai Mianshan looked around, giving Wu Yong a look of gratitude. Purple thoughts formed into a storm around Wu Yong. There were countless blood beasts mixed among them. But even in this intense battle, Wu Yong was uninjured. He still had the spare energy to take care of Tai Mianshan and Xiao Zhikai, who were far away in the battlefield. This Purple Blood River formation has phantom path effects. If we do not get rid of the ruined bat corpses, these phantom path effects will not end. Xiao Zhikai shouted. He needed to shout. Because voice transmissions would not work here. Wisdom path methods like communicating with thoughts were also unusable. Tai Mianshan had a cold gaze, sharp as a dagger. He looked around and saw that there were 30 to 40 ruined bat corpses. Most were desolate level, but there were some ancient ruined bats and even an immemorial ruined bat, defended by 2 blood rivers. In fact, at this point, Tai Mianshan could understand some things already. These ruined bat corpses were rapidly melted in the blood river. Especially when the purple thoughts turned from solid to phantom, these ruined bat corpses were being consumed at a rapid rate. But so what if he knew about the importance of the ruined bat corpses? Not long after they fought, that rank 8 Gu immortal, Purple Mountain True Monarch, had vanished. Wu Yong was greatly restricted now. He was defending against Purple Mountain True Monarch's sneak attack. It is unwise to get Lord Wu Yong to destroy the ruined bat corpses. That purple-haired rank 8 will use it to his advantage. In this situation, Xiao Zhikai and I need to work together to clear the ruined bat corpses. If that purple-haired enemy attacks, Lord Wu Yong would be able to block him and save our lives. But what if he could not? Or rather, even if he could save their lives, if he had to give up a chance to destroy the Gu formation, what would Wu Yong do? Tai Mianshan was hesitant, because trust between the three was lacking. But at this time, a complex aura burst out from the very center of the battlefield. Great winds blew. Wu Yong's sleeves were fluttering like the king of the wind. At this moment, his ordinary appearance had turned into one of grand boldness and authority. Since you want to see the rank 8 immortal Gu that my mother left me, I will show you. Wu Yong called out coldly. A vast number of purple thoughts were blown away. The blood rivers were in turbulence. Several rivers were cut apart from this intense wind. Xiao Zhikai was shocked and joyful. Tai Mianshan's iron mask was also shaved off slightly from this commotion. He called out in surprise, "This is an immortal Gu house." Wu Yong had struck without warning, making a truly shocking move. He did not use any immortal killer moves, he took out an immortal Gu house from his immortal aperture. This immortal Gu house was not glorious or grand, it had the appearance of a bamboo building. This was a very commonly seen type of building in southern border, it existed in the other 4 regions as well, but it was only built on mountainous terrain. This bamboo building had 2 stories, made entirely out of bamboo. There were even bamboo leaves growing on the bamboos, drops of dew were dripping down from the leaves, green as jade. Wu Yong's sleeves billowed, flying into the 2nd story of the bamboo building. He sat by the window, flicking his finger as the bamboo building shook, more than 10 drops of jade dew fell off the roof. At that moment, the jade dew shot out from the bamboo building at lightning speed. Everywhere they went, clear wind blew, sweeping everything. Be it the purple thoughts or blood-red tides, they were all disintegrated by the wind. So impressive. Xiao Ji Kai praised, the jade dew had flown over and resolved his crisis. Wu clan had 3 immortal Gu houses initially, but now they have a 4th. And this immortal Gu house has the aura of 2 rank 8 wind path immortal Gu. Wu Yong had truly hidden it very deeply. Tai Mianshan was deeply shook. The 2 Gu immortals were saved one after another, they flew into the bamboo building, standing beside Wu Yong. This is the immortal Gu house that my mother constructed, clear jade dripping wind tiny bamboo building. Wu Yong sat by the window, looking at the Gu formation outside as he explained clearly. Amazing! With this building, we will not lose. It is only a matter of time until we escape. Xiao Ji Kai was overjoyed. If Wu Yong was using Wu Du Xiu's 2 rank 8 immortal Gu to activate an immortal killer move, Xiao Ji Kai would be very worried. Because activating immortal killer moves had a chance of failure. The stronger the killer move, the greater the backlash if he failed in activating it. But Wu Du Xiu had died, Wu Yong had only inherited these 2 rank 8 immortal Gu for a short amount of time. Especially when Wu Yong was the first supreme elder of Wu clan, he had high status, how much time did he have to practice his killer moves? This was a huge problem. But now, these 2 rank 8 wind path immortal Gu were used with other Gu worms to construct an immortal Gu house. Everyone knew that immortal Gu houses had fixed abilities, but they were easy to use and would not normally have backlash. Tai Mianshan's emotions were much more complex, he thought, Wu clan actually had a 4th immortal Gu house, and it is a rank 8 immortal Gu house, it is far more powerful than the first 3. Each immortal Gu house will greatly raise a clan's overall strength. With a rank 8 immortal Gu house, and some Gu immortals, as long as they had enough immortal essence, Wu clan would basically have the equivalent of a 2nd rank 8 Gu immortal. Wu Yong had truly concealed this deeply. He could not help but assess Wu Yong again in a new light. Wu clan was not having an easy time recently, they were facing the threat of many forces around them. As the only rank 8 Gu immortal left in Wu clan, Wu Yong was busy sending out people to deal with problems, he was in an awkward state. But as long as he used this immortal Gu house, all his problems would be resolved, Wu clan's reputation would soar and they would become the #1 force in southern border again without doubt, all of the other forces would stop having greedy thoughts. But Wu Yong did not. He had been using his own strength to deal with Wu clan's problems. He hid this immortal Gu house very deeply, even Wu clan's Gu immortals did not know of it. If he was not trapped inside this purple blood river formation, nobody would be able to find out that Wu Yong actually had a 4th immortal Gu house, and it was a rank 8 immortal Gu house at that. With just this, Wu Yong is definitely not inferior to his mother Wu Du Xiu. Thankfully, my Tai clan is at the northeast of southern border, while Wu clan is at the southwest, we are far apart. And earlier, my clan did not join in on making problems for Wu clan. Tai Mianshan let out a breath, feeling relieved. All of the super forces dominated an area, they had been in southern border for countless years. They understood each other very clearly, each of their strengths were balanced with the amount of territory they had, it was in a deadlock. But once Wu Du Xiu died, this balance was upset, thus, the other super clans worked together to find trouble with Wu clan. But the moment they displayed this clear jade dripping wind tiny bamboo building, it would replace Wu Du Xiu and suppress southern border once again. Wu Yong simply had been scheming so deeply, he had been hiding it from view. One could easily tell, the moment he took out this immortal Gu house, the other clans would suffer, they would be met with a great defeat. If you find any errors, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know report chapter so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1345, Worsening Situation, Fang Yuan Moves. Chapter 1345, Worsening Situation, Fang Yuan Moves. Translator. Atlas Studios. Editor. Atlas Studios. The morning sun rose into the sky, it was dawn, the air was still moist and damp. Two Ho Clan Gu immortals stood above the clouds, looking down at the canyon below them. Golden Cloud Canyon. This canyon was filled with mist. At night, the mist would obscure vision and had no special trait. But when the sun rises, and sunlight shines into the canyon, the mist would give out sharp golden light. These fragments of gold light were not glaring, the mist filled this golden canyon, making it grand and imposing. This is Golden Cloud Canyon, it produces metal path and cloud path resources. Long ago, Wu clan had taken it away from us forcefully. A Ho clan Gu immortal sighed, but now, it is time to take back our assets. The other Ho clan Gu immortal nodded, a faint light shining from his body. The light lasted for a few breaths of time, after it faded, his appearance had changed, he now resembled a famous expert in the demonic path. The Ho clan Gu immortal beside him nodded, before rushing down towards Golden Cloud Canyon silently. Golden Cloud Canyon was originally defended by a Wu clan Gu immortal, but because of Wu Yong's disappearance, Fang Yuan had ordered everyone to return to Wu clan's headquarters. This news could be concealed for a while, but it was eventually noticed by everyone. However, Ho clan was a righteous path force, they could not attack directly. There were righteous path rules, thus, Ho clan needed an excuse. Therefore, they said that they were pursuing a demonic path Gu immortal and charged into Golden Cloud Canyon openly. Once they took down Golden Cloud Canyon and established that fact, it will not be easy for Wu clan to reclaim Golden Cloud Canyon. By then, Ho clan can come up with lots of excuses, like, we helped Wu clan defend Golden Cloud Canyon, we want some compensation, it would be a problem for Wu clan. Coming up with excuses was the greatest ability of righteous path forces. Unless Wu clan had superior battle strength and forced Ho clan to back off. The demonic path expert that the Ho clan Gu immortal transformed into flew towards the golden mist like a huge bird. Sensing his aura, the mist inside Golden Cloud Canyon changed, metallic sounds could be heard from it, causing vibrations in the eardrums. Swoosh swoosh swoosh. At the next moment, countless blades, spears, swords, halberds, in the form of golden phantoms, shot out endlessly. Even though the Wu clan Gu immortal left, the resource point's Gu formation was still around. At this moment it was activated automatically, defending itself. The gaze of the Ho clan Gu immortal was stern, he called out as a strong blade chi shot down, slicing sharply. Everywhere it went, space shattered, winds were moving rapidly. Evidently, Ho clan came prepared, he used blade chi immortal Gu. Wu clan's Gu formation was just a mortal Gu formation, how could it match a rank 7 Gu immortal? Not only did the countless golden phantoms shatter, even the Gu formation was completely destroyed from one attack. At once, the golden mist in the canyon was split in the middle, a large amount of the golden mist parted as the canyon's true appearance was exposed. The two Gu immortals from Ho clan had heated gazes. Demonic path scoundrel, where are you going? One of the Ho clan Gu immortals shouted as he charged ahead. A purple waterfall descended like a mist, it was 180 feet tall. Poisonous waterfall. On a mountain close to this waterfall, there was a mortal village that Wu clan specially arranged. Die, die. A large group of mortal Gu masters charged into the mountain. Wu Clan's Gu masters retreated, they were at their final line of defense. Wu Clan's leader, a rank 4 Gu master, stood at the crossroad as he shouted at his enemies, "Your Yang clan is really despicable, you actually assaulted our Wu clan. Humph. We have been putting up with you for a long time. You have been too overbearing in occupying this place. My father and mother just wanted a Gu worm to cure their poison, but they actually died in this mountain. Today, we will settle the score." The leading Yang clan Gu master was still quite young, he charged into the mountain with rage and hatred. Damn it! Wu clan's Gu masters were in a defensive location, but Yang clan came prepared, they had great numbers. Wu clan's Gu masters were bound to lose, they could only escape from a secret cave. Yang clan's Gu masters defeated Wu clan, they cheered in the rubble of the village. Above the clouds, the Yang clan Gu immortals watching this expressed joy on their faces. This was the area where Yang clan and Wu clan bordered. Yang clan had been planning for a long time, sending a group of Yang clan mortals here, and allowed them to live here, causing conflict to occur between them and Wu clan. Because of this excuse, Yang clan could invade and occupy Wu clan's territory openly now. With the righteous path's rules, these were just mortal conflicts, unless Gu immortal seeds were killed, there were no consequences. Poisonous Waterfall was just an ordinary mortal resource point, it produced some mortal poison path Gu, it was not important to Gu immortals. But once this opening was made, from now on, Yang clan only needed to move forward to reach their destination, the truly valuable, Corpse Mountain. Rumble. River water raged like thunder, resounding in the ears of a Yao clan Gu immortal. He stood at the peak of Corpse Emperor Yuding Tian, looking at the raging Red River. Not far from here, two rivers were connected. Red Dragon River and Yellow Dragon River, these two rivers merged together, forming a huge whirlpool that created great waves, it was extremely dangerous. Southern Border's three rivers were not simple. Be it Red Dragon River, Yellow Dragon River, or Jade Dragon River, spirit springs would form in these rivers sometimes. And these spirit springs would be mixed in the river water, once they were washed away, the river water would be full of natural essence, allowing more Gu materials to be created. Corpse Emperor Yuding Tian. This was a very special mountain. During ancient times, a Southern Border rank 8 Gu immortal had turned into a zombie and fought against the combined forces of many super clans. After the rank 8 immortal zombie died, this place became a wasteland, it had no value. But to think that as time passed, gradually, on the mangled corpse of this rank 8 immortal zombie, due to the nourishment of the natural essence from the river, along with the aquatic plants in the river that rooted themselves, this place turned into a corpse mountain. This corpse mountain was thousands of feet tall, there were large numbers of zombies living in it, and it produced transformation path zombie Gu, as well as chi path zombie chi Gu. Before the headquarters of Southern Border's Zombie Alliance was exposed, they had targeted this precious area and wanted to pay a high price to buy it from Wu clan to make it their headquarters, but Wu clan rejected them. Zombie Alliance did not get it, but now, this belongs to my Yao clan. The Yao clan Gu immortal was very excited. He looked afar, away from the river and towards the shore. That was Wu clan's territory. After taking over this Corpse Emperor Yuding Tian, Wu clan's territory east of Red Dragon River and north of Yellow Dragon River would be completely lost. Yao clan took down Corpse Emperor Yuding Tian, this was like a bridgehead, they could finally start going after Wu clan's other territories. News that Wu Yong had died spread out of nowhere. After getting such news, several super forces colluded secretly, thus, they did not act alone this time. Yao clan, Yang clan, and Ho clan, they were just three of these clans. Wu clan's headquarters were in chaos. Damn it! These three clans are simply too daring. We lost 3 resources at once, especially Corpse Emperor Yuding Tian, this is a huge loss. In the past, Wu clan from top to bottom spent such effort and a huge price to obtain it. Retaliate, we need to retaliate. We have our immortal Gu houses, what are we afraid of? Wu clan's Gu immortals bellowed in anxiety, some were arguing endlessly, some raised their arms in objection, some were remaining silent. More than 10 days had passed since Wu Yong went missing. It was unknown whether he was dead or alive. Wu Clan had been trying to conceal this information, but like Wu Bachong had guessed, the mastermind had already spread news of it. Initially, the super clans did not believe it. Because Fang Yuan had already expected this situation, he gave out a lot of false information to mislead others. But his actions were not normal. Super forces were not stupid. After some observation and probing, they finally acted. The moment they did, Wu Clan went into a difficult spot. They lost a lot of territory. In the discussion hall, because Wu Yong was missing, the main seat was empty. Wu Bachong, who was second supreme elder, sat by the side. He was silent, quietly observing the surrounding Gu immortals' expressions. Even though he had a heavy heart, he felt a bit smug. Especially when he looked at Wu Qiao, his lips could not help but curl up. Because Wu Qiao was the Wu Clan Gu immortal in charge of guarding Corpse Emperor Yu Ding Tian. Once they lost that resource point, it was a huge loss to Wu Qiao. Wu Qiao was solemn and had a cold expression. Even though he sensed Wu Bachong's provocative gaze, he pretended not to be aware, sitting like a statue. "Stop arguing, be quiet," Wu Bachong said. This time, nobody rebuked him. The discussion hall quickly became silent. Wu Bachong was very pleased at this. Under the immortals' anxious gazes, he sighed. Such a huge matter happened to Wu Clan, but we still cannot make a decision. Let's ask Lord Wu Yi to make his decision. Wu Qiao frowned. The other Wu Clan Gu immortals looked at each other. Some were unhappy with Fang Yuan, grumbling, "Such a huge matter happened to our clan, but Lord Wu Yi is still staying inside the Super Gu formation. I heard that Fairy Si Lu went there more than 10 days ago. I also heard that there is a Lady White Rabbit." The Gu immortal who said this had vile intentions. Wu Qiao frowned even deeper now. He wanted to speak up for Fang Yuan, but he was in a dangerous state himself. He hesitated and did not speak. Wu Clan's letter soon got to Fang Yuan. Such a thing had happened. Fang Yuan was not surprised, he expected it. "It seems that I cannot stay here anymore." Fang Yuan looked at the dream realm, sighing deeply. These last days, he wanted to continue exploring dream realms. But his luck was bad. He kept getting those absurd dream realms. There was no way to explore it. If you find any errors, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know. Report chapter so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1346, Xiao Clan's Trouble, Rabbit's Deep Love. Chapter 1346, Xiao Clan's Trouble, Rabbit's Deep Love. Translator. Atlas Studios. Editor. Atlas Studios. Of course, over these last days, Fang Yuan was not doing nothing. The biggest batch of regretful spiders in his possession had been sold. Fang Yuan's Red Date Immortal Essence storage was no longer lacking. As for Vidrashell, Fang Yuan had completed its modification. He only needed to test it. Because his Dark Path attainment level had risen to Grandmaster, he successfully created an Immortal Killer move, Extended Dark Concealment. This move used rank 6 Dark Limit Immortal Gu and rank 7 Perseverance Immortal Gu as the cores, and several hundred Mortal Gu to greatly lengthen the effect of Dark Limit Immortal Gu. At this time, Xiao Si Lu requested to meet him. At Fang Yuan's will, the doors opened. Xiao Si Lu had a grim expression. Worry could be seen on her face. She brought bad news with her. Other than Yao Clan, Ho Clan, and Yang Clan taking over Wu Clan's territories, Ba Clan and Xia Clan had also moved at the same time, but against Xiao Clan. Looking at southern borders map, Ba Clan and Xia Clan were to the north of Xiao Clan. They bordered Xiao Clan. Xiao Clan lost their Wedding Dress Lake and Empty Origin Pit. They were annexed by Ba Clan and Xia Clan respectively. After Xiao Clan's first Supreme Elder, Xiao Ji Kai, went missing, Xiao Clan also did the strategy of gathering their Gu immortals and defending their base, in anticipation of the enemy. This made Ba Clan's and Xia Clan's actions very successful. Xiao Clan lost a lot just now. Wedding Dress Lake and Empty Origin Pit were resource points that were more valuable than Blood Tide Pit. Xiao Clan was the weakest Righteous Path superforce. After losing 2 resource points, Xiao Clan was furious and upset. Fang Yuan had also heard of these two resource points. There was a folklore about this wedding dress lake in southern border. According to legends, a fairy in heaven weaved clothing, making her own wedding dress. Whoever received it would become the husband of this fairy. After the fairy made the wedding dress, she tossed it into this lake, and it was picked up by a fisherman who lived by the lake. The immortal and mortal loved each other, staying inside the lake, living happily ever after. This story was mostly fiction, but wedding dress lake had all sorts of clothing Gu. Like fire cloak Gu, water armor Gu, wood armor Gu, and so on. In its history of being in Xiao clan's control, it had produced 3 wild immortal Gu. As for empty origin pit, it was known by the mortals living in the mountains nearby as the final resting spot. It could communicate with the immortal realm. After the ignorant mortals died, their corpses were tossed into this pit. Before these corpses landed, they would be torn to shreds by the space path Dao marks here. These ignorant mortals thought that the reason was because they had ascended to the immortal realm after dying. The truth was, this place was excellent in producing space path resources. Xia clan had wanted it for a long time, and even though Qiao clan was not their match, they were backed by Wu clan. Right now, with Xiao Zhikai and Wu Yong missing, this was a great opportunity. How could Xia clan miss it? Qiao clan and Wu clan had been in an alliance for a long time, their fortunes were tied together. Qiao clan was invaded by Ba clan and Xia clan. It was like Wu clan getting attacked. This way, including Yao clan, Ho clan, and Yang clan, a total of 5 super forces were attacking Wu clan. The situation was at its worst. If they could not stop this, Wu clan and Qiao clan would lose even more territory later. I will arrange it now. Wu Qiao will bring the immortal Gu house here and escort us back. Fang Yuan said to Qiao Si Lu. Qiao Si Lu nodded. This was the reason she came. With Qiao clan's predicament, Qiao Si Lu had to look for help from Fang Yuan. Actually, because of Fang Yuan's delay, Qiao Si Lu was very unhappy already. If not for the fact that Qiao clan only had one immortal Gu house, they would have already sent out one to bring Fang Yuan away. Go arrange it too, gather Qiao clan's Gu immortals, we are leaving together. Fang Yuan said again. Qiao Si Lu was stunned. Together. What about here? We can only give it up temporarily. Fang Yuan made up his mind. He did not hesitate. Then what about the immortal Gu we used to set up this formation? Xiao Si Lu frowned. We will bring them away. Otherwise, some Gu immortals with ill intent will forcefully refine them or even destroy them. We know what these people are capable of. Excuses are too easy to find. Fang Yuan said plainly. Don't forget that my formation path attainment is not low. I am capable of taking out some immortal Gu. Fang Yuan added. Xiao Si Lu thought of Fang Yuan and Qi Shang's competition. She nodded, thinking, Wu Yihai's formation path attainment is indeed not low. Qi Shang had once praised him for it. In fact, she underestimated Fang Yuan. Right now, his formation path attainment level was at Grandmaster. He was comparable to Qi Shang. In the past, this Super Gu formation was completely indecipherable to him. He could not see anything. But after becoming a formation path Grandmaster and staying here for so long, Fang Yuan had gained a rather deep understanding of this Super Gu formation. Modifying this Gu formation was out of his ability, but taking away some immortal Gu was possible. After the decision was made, Xiao Si Lu called Qiao clan Gu immortal Qiao Bo. Pack up. When Wu clan's immortal Gu house arrives, we will leave and return to our base. Qiao Bo quickly acknowledged, asking in succession, when are they coming? I need to arrange the clansmen. Xiao Si Lu looked at Fang Yuan. Fang Yuan waved his hand. No rush, I had just contacted them, it will take some time. Xiao Bo expressed joy on his face as he left respectfully. Even though Wu clan's base is near Tian Mountain, if they are sending an immortal Gu house, it will take 4 to 5 days to reach here. In this case, I can do the final round of the business. Xiao Bo left and started to think. The business he thought of was naturally the immortal opportunity business. Xiao clan and Wu clan were in dire straits. This caused Xiao clan's and Wu clan's Gu immortals to feel worried. The immortal opportunity business was taking a huge hit. Two of Xiao clan's Gu immortals were stationed to guard the Super Gu formation here. Xiao Bo was one of them. He had rank 6 cultivation level. When he was sent here, he begrudged the decision, but the immortal opportunity business changed his mind. Now that we are returning, the immortal opportunity business cannot continue, there might even be fights later. Since we are leaving anyway, I will make this a big one. Xiao Bo gritted his teeth, making up his mind. A day later, Xiao Bo met with demonic path Gu immortal fairy Miao Yin. Fairy, we meet again. Xiao Bo had an excited expression, his eyes were darting around as he observed fairy Miao Yin. Even though fairy Miao Yin was in the demonic path, her strength and appearance was top tier. She was one of the 3 great fairies of southern border, on par with Xiao Si Lu. All along, fairy Miao Yin had been entering the giant dream realm to find opportunities in the dream realm. Even though her soul was often injured, the dream path materials that she gathered were not few. Even though Wu clan and Xiao clan, and other super forces tried to buy these dream path materials from her, fairy Miao Yin rejected them all without hesitation. Let's go in and speak. Xiao Bo said as he looked at the 2 Gu immortals behind fairy Miao Yin. According to the rules, each business would only have 1 demonic cultivator or lone immortal. But this time, because Xiao Bo was going to leave, he made this a big one and went ahead to bring in 3 Gu immortals at once. At the same time, in Wu clan's area, Lady White Rabbit looked at Wuan. Lord Wuan, is it true that everyone is leaving? And so urgently? Wuan nodded. The situation is not looking good. I'm sure you've heard some rumors. But it is not a problem, don't worry, Wu clan will not fall. Just stay here and manage the immortal opportunity business, wait for us to return. Lady White Rabbit pondered for a moment before asking weakly, before you leave, I want to meet Lord Wu Yi Hai again, is that possible? This. Wuan had a difficult expression. Lord Wu Yi Hai is in seclusion now, he is trying to deduce an immortal killer move, he might not have time for you. Lady White Rabbit had a sad expression, I don't know why but I have a bad feeling, I want to meet Lord Wu Yi Hai, I just want to take a glance at him. Isn't he leaving too? I will wait here for a few days until he comes out, is that okay? Wuan sighed deeply. It was obvious at a glance that Lady White Rabbit had affection towards Wu Yi Hai. It is a pity that the feeling is not mutual, I am afraid that in Lord Wu Yi Hai's eyes, Lady White Rabbit is just a tool, what a shame. Wuan felt some sympathy in him. He nodded, alright, you can stay here, Lord Wu Yi Hai will see you after he ends his closed cultivation. Thank you, thank you. Lady White Rabbit was overjoyed, she quickly thanked him profusely. Cultivating in the secret room, Fang Yuan held a rank 7 immortal Gu. Immortal Gu precaution. This Gu worm was the size of 2 hands, it was like a longhorn beetle with a black exoskeleton, it was very heavy. Even with Fang Yuan's sovereign immortal body, he could not hold it. But it had already been refined by Fang Yuan, it was floating in the air now as Fang Yuan observed it. This immortal Gu was one of the 2 immortal Gu that Fang Yuan had taken after joining Wu clan as Wu Yi Hai. As the name suggested, the immortal Gu's effect was to protect the Gu immortal. It was rule path and had one weakness, when used alone, it needed some time to activate. It could only activate its effects after 10 breaths of time. 10 breaths of time was not short for Gu immortals. Especially in intense battles, 10 breaths of time was enough for a dozen rounds of fights, with countless attacks unleashed. And most importantly, if a Gu immortal sneak attacked, life and death would be decided in an instant. By then, activating Precaution Immortal Gu would be too slow. However, once Precaution Immortal Gu was activated, 10 breaths of time later, its defensive effect would be incredible. It was one of the top rank 7 defensive Immortal Gu, it had status equal to Sword Escape Immortal Gu. Not long ago, Fang Yuan had a new idea, he wanted to fuse Precaution Immortal Gu into the Immortal Killer move Vajra Shell. And now, he had already designed the killer move, he just needed to test it. If you find any errors, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know, report chapter so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1347, Chai Clan has human smoke. Chapter 1347, Chai Clan has human smoke. Translator. Atlas Studios. Editor. Atlas Studios. He started. The first step, Fang Yuan turned into a divination tortoise. The second step, he started to activate a large number of mortal Gu, followed by Vajra thought immortal Gu and more mortal Gu. The third step, and the most important one, he activated precaution immortal Gu. Puff. Fang Yuan turned into a divination tortoise, spitting out a huge amount of blood. In his immortal aperture, large numbers of mortal Gu were destroyed, but thankfully, precaution immortal Gu was sturdy and did not get damaged. Fang Yuan's head was dizzy, his immortal killer move failed, his organs were damaged, he suffered heavy injuries. Thankfully, he had transformed into a divination tortoise, an ancient desolate beast, he had a tough body and incredible recovery speed. If he did this with a human body, his injuries would have been worse, his organs and intestines might have disintegrated on the spot. Why did this happen? Fang Yuan was dazed. This was different from what he conceptualized. In fact, before precaution immortal Gu could use its power, this immortal killer move broke apart. Fang Yuan did not expect this. Fang Yuan had used affection immortal Gu and other wisdom path immortal Gu to deduce this modified immortal killer move, such a severe error should not have occurred. This was truly a huge blow to him. After Fang Yuan's injuries healed, he calmed down and looked at the killer move. After several deductions, Fang Yuan was even more troubled. There are no problems, though. Suddenly, he had a flash of inspiration. I understand. Fang Yuan instantly understood where the problem was. He had misunderstood precaution immortal Gu. When precaution immortal Gu activated, it continued to expend red date immortal essence, but it could only unleash its power after 10 breaths. It did not activate at the 10th breath, but at the 11th breath. Because of this small mistake, the entire immortal killer move failed and Fang Yuan suffered a backlash. To think that the problem was here, it was truly a blind spot. It seems that I need to add some time path Gu worms to make up for the time difference. Fang Yuan's time path attainment level was ordinary, it had never risen much. Because he had never encountered any time path dream realm. However, he had He Fan's true inheritance and wisdom path deduction methods, it could make up for some of his weaknesses. But because of this, the deduction could not be completed instantly. 1 day passed, Fang Yuan did not rest. 2 days passed, Fang Yuan was still deducing. 3 days passed, Wu Clan's immortal Gu house had already completed most of its journey. Fang Yuan's deduction finally had some progress. After his qualitative advancement, his future deductions went smoothly. Southern border, Human Smoke Mountain Range. This place had the most living mortals in southern border. Villages after villages were seen on the mountains here. On some mountain peaks, there were even several villages, they were neighbors. This was a bountiful sight. The population had multiplied to its limit, there were a vast number of humans here. Of course, in terms of battle strength, a Gu immortal would be able to wipe this place out, no mortal could resist their unstoppable might. And at the center of this mountain range, it was the political core of all the villages, Human Smoke Mountain. The base of one of the super clans, Chai Clan. The person who created Chai Clan was called Chai Fu, he had left his mark in human history. During his era, he was the #1 person in southern border's Gu immortal world. He cultivated fire path along with earth path, because he had gained a lot of insight from reading the legends of Renzu, he had a human path killer move. During his later years, he chose this place to create Chai Clan. After modifying the mountain range, he created Human Smoke Mountain. In fact, most Gu immortal experts and great experts would read the legends of Renzu. A true inheritance of human path was hidden within the legends of Renzu. This was indeed the first true inheritance in the history of the Gu Master World. It had a unique inheritance method. Normal inheritances were like He Fan's true inheritance and Bai Xiang's true inheritance. But Renzu's human path true inheritance was just one book, the legends of Renzu, it was information. The profundities of human path were concealed in this information, and whatever a Gu immortal learned would depend on their affinity and talent. Everyone had different gains, after all, the benevolent see benevolence, the wise see wisdom. But every immortal venerable and demon venerable had their gains, and those were huge gains. For example, Giant Sun Immortal Venerable had created all living beings luck and heaven and earth luck after reading the Legends of Renzu. After Chai Fu read the Legends of Renzu, he left behind the human path method that he learned after death, passing it down to his Chai clan descendants. Precisely so, Chai clan's development strategy was different from other super clans. Chai clan focused on increasing population to increase the number of mortals. As for other super forces, they basically only focused on a portion of their clansmen and allowed them to develop and grow in the 5 regions. These clansmen would have the bloodline of certain authoritative figures in the super force, they were also called the main bloodline. And a portion of the people would stay inside their blessed lands or grotto heavens and would not go outside. These people were often the branch bloodlines. Only when unexpected mishaps occur and the main bloodline dies out, or when a ruling figure dies without an inheritor, would the branch bloodlines take over. Chai clan expanded the population, but they did not have Chai clan bloodline. If any other clan did this, they were courting trouble. Spending great effort to nurture mortals of other surnames, with greater population, more Gu masters would emerge among them. These Gu masters would not have the clan's bloodline, their loyalty was greatly reduced, they had no value in being nurtured to become Gu immortals. If they became Gu immortals on their own, it would cause conflict between them and the main clan. But Chai clan was different. They nurtured so many mortals, but these mortals all had low aptitudes, there were few Gu masters among them, not to mention Gu immortals. In contrast, highly talented people continuously emerged from Chai clan's own descendants, there were many who were talented enough to be nurtured into Gu immortals. This formed a clear contrast to the other super forces. According to their conjectures, Chai clan's abnormal situation was likely due to the human path method that Chai Fu had left behind. However, no matter which generation it was, even though Chai clan had lots of genius descendants, because of limited resources, these Gu immortal seeds eventually remained as only rank 4 or 5 Gu masters. There was a need to talk about Southern Border's geography at this point. Southern Border's biggest features, other than mountains, were the 3 great rivers. Red Dragon River, Jade Dragon River, and Yellow Dragon River, each of them passed through the whole of Southern Border, cutting it up into many segments. Red Dragon River started from the extreme northwest, moving east towards the south, all the way until Southern Border's extreme southeast. Jade Dragon River started above it, it had a downward slope if a bird's eye view over the region was used. Yellow Dragon River had the shape of the character. There was a protrusion at the top, it was far more steep than Jade Dragon River. Jade Dragon River and Yellow Dragon River did not intersect, but Red Dragon River intersected with both Jade Dragon River and Yellow Dragon River. 1. At the point of intersection between Red Dragon River and Yellow Dragon River, it was Wu clan's territory, towards the northeast shore of the huge whirlpool there was Corpse Emperor Yu Ding Tian. As for the intersection between Red Dragon River and Jade Dragon River, the huge whirlpool there was dozens of times as large. Natural essence was incredible dense there, at the center of the whirlpool, there were huge numbers of spirit springs, tens of thousands of them. These spirit springs were not stable, almost every breath of time, dozens would be destroyed. Thus, a great amount of natural essence poured onto the river banks. When Paradise Earth Immortal Venerable traveled to this place, he had once commented that throughout the whole of Southern Border, this place had the greatest density of primeval energy. Over there, the air was filled with primeval energy, large amounts of resources were produced, on par with grotto heavens and blessed lands. And at this place, the bases of 3 super forces were gathered. For example, Red Dragon River and Jade Dragon River formed a cross shape, with the center being the spiral whirlpool. Chai clan's Human Smoke Mountain was north of it, Ba clan was south, while Xia clan was to its east. For the last 3 days, Chai clan's discussion hall had been in chaos. Now was no exception. Chai clan's first supreme elder sat before everyone as his gaze flickered, showing a hesitant expression. Not long ago, Fang Yuan had sent him a letter. In the letter, Fang Yuan, who was Wu Yi Hai, represented Wu clan and was willing to work with Chai clan to attack Xia clan and Ba clan. This was an incredibly important matter. Chai clan's first supreme elder had to gather the clan's Gu immortals and discuss about it. The discussion hall's chaos was due to this. We cannot attack Ba clan and Xia clan. Wu clan's intention is just to make use of us to get rid of their external pressure. The moment we attack, our Chai clan will have to face two super forces at once. If these two super forces ignore Wu clan and turn around to target us, we will be on the losing end, we will not be able to overturn it. A Chai clan Gu immortal shouted loudly, standing at the center of the discussion hall. He had just finished his words when a Gu immortal at a corner proposed, we can choose to attack one clan. Even though Wu clan gave the request of fighting both clans, we can negotiate about this matter. This will not determine what we do, after all. Sigh, the matter is severe. Our Chai clan has so many mortals around, if we fight, the other party just needs one Gu immortal to wipe out all of our mortals, we will suffer huge losses. An elderly Gu immortal from Chai clan side, he was very apprehensive. Because of the human path method's limitation, these humans could not leave human smoke mountain range. This way, they needed an immortal Gu formation or an immortal Gu house to defend the place. Precisely so, we need to fight for more resources. That's right. Our Chai clan's advantage is that we have a human path method to allow geniuses to appear in our descendants. But we do not have enough resources to nurture them. Once we chase away one clan or even two, we will gain a vast amount of resources, we will become the #1 force in southern border in no time. These were the arguments of the side that wanted to fight. Chai clan's first supreme elder remained silent. After a while, he looked at a Gu immortal in the hall, asking, Yu Yan, tell us about your view. If you find any errors, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know. Report chapter so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1348, Easing the Situation. Chapter 1348, Easing the Situation. Translator. Atlas Studios. Editor. Atlas Studios. The discussion hall became quiet, everyone's gazes turned to this Gu immortal. This Gu immortal looked young and had a normal appearance, it was not outstanding, but he was an important Gu immortal in Chai clan, he was the trusted and capable aide of Chai clan's first supreme elder. Chai Yu Yan, who was an information path Gu immortal, thought for a while before saying, the things I consider might be different from everyone. These last days, I have been pondering over Wu Yi-hai. Wu Yong went missing and is presumably dead, regardless of whether this is true or who the culprit was, Wu Yi-hai is currently the leader of Wu clan. I am thinking about his personality, and how sincere he actually is. We all know about Wu Yi-hai's origin. We know too little about him, he did not grow up in southern border after all. Continue. Chai clan's first supreme elder showed interest in his eyes. Chai Yu Yan smiled before continuing, actually, we know about the information regarding Wu Yi-hai already, I will skip that. From this information, we can more or less understand this person's attitude and personality. I will mention something that everyone ignored. Oh. We all ignored something. Chai Yu Yan rubbed his nose, I mean that letter. In Wu Yi-hai's letter, he wanted to ally with our clan to attack Ba clan and Xia clan. He did not choose either Ba clan or Xia clan, he chose to target them both. Wu clan has always acted so domineering, isn't this their usual style of doing things? Some Chai clan Gu immortals did not understand. No. Wu Yi-hai is different. Chai Yu Yan shook his head, we can tell from how he dealt with Frosty Peak and the agreement with mountain-moving old monster. His actions are similar to lone cultivators, after all, how long has it been since he returned to Wu clan? Wu Yi-hai lacks the dominating disposition of Wu clan, but he has the astuteness of lone cultivators, he knows how to make agreements, from what I see, he is talented as a part of the righteous path. Why did he list Ba clan and Xia clan as his targets? Like what was mentioned earlier, why did he not choose one of them and seek peace with the other? Because when we ally with Wu clan, if we choose one of them to attack, would the other stay still? They would definitely work together and resist both Wu clan and us. Chai clan's Gu immortals heard this and nodded, agreeing with Chai Yu Yan. Chai clan, Ba clan, Xia clan, these three clans were gathered around the Red and Jade rivers, their relationship was complex. If one clan became strong, the other two would join up to resist it. The three were in a power balance, restraining each other. This was also why Chai clan had never made any progress after so many years of development. If Chai clan worked with Wu clan, this balance would shift. Would Ba clan and Xia clan not cooperate? Thus, Fang Yuan directly listed both of them as his targets. Because he knew that it was bound to happen. This means that Wu Yihai has quite good foresight. Since he suggested for us to cooperate with him, he must have made many preparations. We do not need to worry about Wu clan toying with us. Someone said. Chai Yuyan nodded. What I want to say is, Wu Yihai has a lot of talent in politics. From all these details, I can see that he has a lot of sincerity in this cooperation. The truth is, our Chai clan needs to act. After developing until now, we finally suppressed Xia clan and Ba clan. It was not easy. This is the hard work of countless generations, mixed in with some luck. Once Ba clan or Xia clan devours more resources, their foundations would grow, our advantage will be gone. Of course, we need to be careful of Wu clan as well if we work together. As for how we will fight, and how we will restrict the extent of this battle, that will be First Supreme Elder's decision. But at the very least, we need to send some Gu immortals to attack. We cannot let Ba clan and Xia clan expand their territories so easily, right? His words were met with the nodding of Chai clan's Gu immortals. At almost the same time. Southern border, Myriad Snake Mountain, Qi clan's base. Qi clan's first supreme elder held a letter Gu and remained silent. Qi clan was at the extreme west of southern border, southwest of it was Yang clan, and towards its east was Qiao clan. Qi clan bordered on these two clans, but Yang clan was farther from its base and had a longer border with it. Making friends with those far away and making enemies with those close by, this was a common foreign policy. Thus, Qi clan and Yang clan had poor relationships. Yang clan's Ghost Hand Mountain was at the source of Yellow Dragon River, it had abundant resources and was a strategic location. Yang clan Gu immortals mostly cultivated Soul Path, they had incredible battle strength and was a threat to Qi clan. In the past, Yang clan and Qi clan had many conflicts, this had accumulated throughout history. Towards the east of Yang clan, all the way along Yellow Dragon River, was Wu clan's territory. Actually, Wu clan and Qi clan were close by. Even though they did not border each other, Xiao clan and Qi clan did. Xiao clan was heavily supported by a Wu clan first supreme elder of a certain generation. Xiao clan was at the central area of southern border, bordering Ba clan, Xia clan, and Qi clan, it could even restrain the southwest Yang clan. Qi clan and Xiao clan had conflicts, but everyone knew that Xiao clan was Wu clan's guard dog, thus, Qi clan's and Wu clan's relationship was good or bad at times, depending on the situation. If there was one phrase to describe Qi clan's and Wu clan's relationship, ambiguous would be a rather appropriate term. Not long ago, Qi clan had found trouble with Wu clan. But inside the Super Gu formation of Tian Mountain, Qi clan worked with Wu clan, creating the immortal opportunity business. Wu Yihai, you are giving me a tough problem. In his study room, Qi clan first supreme elder Qi Chuyu sighed deeply. Fang Yuan had requested to work with Qi clan and deal with Yang clan. Qi Chuyu was moved, because he knew this was a good opportunity. This chance was rare even in his lifetime. Any force needed to grow larger. Trying to annex Yang clan's resources, even if they could not succeed, would weaken Yang clan. This was something beneficial to Qi clan no matter what. Qi clan had a lot of spare energy for this. Not only because Qi clan's base was located far from the action, but also because Qi clan specialized in Gu formations. By setting up many immortal Gu formations, Qi clan's base and all their resource points had incredible defense. Qi clan had little to worry about. They also had 2 immortal Gu houses, and don't forget, Qi Chuyu was a rank 8 Gu immortal. Wu Yong had died, this news sent southern border into chaos. In this chaotic situation, what would Qi clan do? Qi Chuyu needed to decide quickly and resolutely. Several days later, in the Super Gu formation, Fang Yuan came out of his seclusion. He had a bit of joy on his face. His closed cultivation bore fruit, he had completed the deduction of Vajra shell and tested it several times. And during these few days, the situation in southern border had undergone a huge change. Chai clan sent Gu immortals to the river and showed a threatening stance. Ba clan and Xia clan had to gather a portion of their strength and defend themselves. Qi clan's Gu immortals directly invaded Yang clan's territory. The two clans were neighbors for so long, it was easy to find an excuse to do so. Both sides were fighting near their mountain range. Qi clan's great expert was very active, he brought an immortal Gu house and attacked personally. This made Yang clan very nervous, they had to send their immortal Gu house and many Gu immortals to face him. Yang clan had no rank 8 Gu immortal, they were in a passive state. Other than that, Luo clan, Tai clan, and Yi clan also made their movements. Because Fang Yuan sent these clans letters as well. Of course, the contents were all different from Chai clan and Qi clan. After all, these four clans were too close to each other, they were all towards the east of southern border. But even so, these clans' movements had attracted the attention of Ho clan and Yao clan, they were drawn away. Because they knew that even though these clans were unlikely to strike, they were afraid of taking that chance, they had to defend against it. As for Shang clan, this clan had always scrupulously followed neutrality, even though Fang Yuan sent a letter, they replied instantly, rejecting his suggestion. Because of this sudden change, Wu clan's and Xiao clan's dangerous situation had become much more relaxed. Wu clan's and Xiao clan's Gu immortals were very shocked at this result. Even though Fang Yuan just sent a few letters, to be able to convince super forces to act, it was not a simple thing. Especially when the letter had to be very precise on the amount of resources Wu clan was willing to give up to express their sincerity. Fang Yuan dealt with this perfectly, it was far beyond many people's imaginations. Very few people knew about the content of his letters, but everyone knew that these letters moved many Gu immortals in these super forces. This allowed Wu clan and Xiao clan to have an opportunity to retaliate. It seems that my skills have not fallen much. In the 500 years of his previous life, Fang Yuan was once the leader of an organization. During the 5 regions' chaotic war, the political situation was far more chaotic, all 5 regions were linked together, all sorts of deceptions, schemes, betrayal were endless. The current political chaos was just surrounding Wu clan and Xiao clan, as well as the western part of southern border. It was not too complex in Fang Yuan's opinion. He did not need to be careful, he could directly target the problem. Wu clan's immortal Gu house is finally arriving. Fang Yuan received more information. Originally, the immortal Gu house was supposed to move earlier, but a mishap occurred midway and it was stalled for some time. No matter who did it or what their intention was, Fang Yuan had to wait an extra day before this immortal Gu house arrived. It seems I need to leave this place now. This dream realm gave Fang Yuan an incredible boost. Many things happened during this period. Fang Yuan felt a bit of unwillingness to leave this treasure. If you find any errors, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know. Report chapter so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1349, Fang Yuan wants to kill White Rabbit. Chapter 1349, Fang Yuan wants to kill White Rabbit. Translator. Atlas Studios. Editor. Atlas Studios. Fang Yuan started to settle the matters that piled up while he was in closed cultivation. Lady White Rabbit wants to see me. For what? Fang Yuan asked Wu in using information path methods. Soon, Fang Yuan understood Lady White Rabbit's intention. Not seeing her, get her to leave. Fang Yuan rejected mercilessly. Wu clan's immortal Gu house would arrive in a day. Fang Yuan was not going to bring Lady White Rabbit with him, he needed a chess piece to stay here. Even if she was not in the Super Gu formation, having one outside was fine too. Of course this carried huge risks, after all, Lady White Rabbit's and Wu Yihai's relationship was quite close, everyone knew about it. But chess pieces needed to display their worth. When Fang Yuan took in Lady White Rabbit, it was not because of her beauty or love, he just wanted to extract all of her value. Even with 1 day left, I cannot waste it, I might be able to gain something in the dream realm. But unfortunately, Fang Yuan still only met with absurd dream realms. It was a real pity. During this final period, he kept meeting absurd dream realms, his luck was quite bad. If they were realistic dream realms, he would at least obtain some growth. I heard that Xiao clan has many realistic dream realms. It is a pity, those demonic Path Gu immortals have no methods to use, but they are able to encounter realistic dream realms. Fong Yuan could not go to Xiao clan. It was their territory. If he exposed his method of exploring dream realms, it would be a huge problem to Fong Yuan. At this moment, Xiao clan's area. One more day before we leave, your dream realm exploration is going to end. Make good use of your time. Also, our Xiao clan is very willing to purchase the dream path materials that you find. Xiao Bo transmitted to Fairy Miao Yin and the other demonic Path Gu immortals. No need for more explorations, we can end now. Fairy Miao Yin smiled at Xiao Bo. Xiao Bo was dazed. He had brought Fairy Miao Yin here to explore the dream realm many times, but this was the first time he saw Fairy Miao Yin smiling at him so deeply. At once, his heart jumped, he showed a dazed expression. But soon, his body shook. A soft sound echoed. Xiao Bo's pupils shrunk to pin size, he looked down at his chest. There, a hand with sharp fingernails had pierced through his back, directly destroying his heart. A cold frost was also spreading around his injury. You, how dare you? Xiao Bo did not finish his words, he lost his life and turned into an ice statue. Xiao Bo died. Behind him, Bai Ningbing drew back her hand expressionlessly. In the air, crystal shards were scattering. Her hand was white as snow, the blood traces were all removed along with the frost. The time is now, let's begin. The third Gu immortal walked out, her appearance changed as she revealed her true form. Who else could it be but He Lulan? Is Lord Wu Yihai really unwilling to meet me? Lady White Rabbit had teary eyes as she looked at Wuan. Wuan sighed, shaking his head, leave, there is no rush, you will meet again in the future. As long as you manage the immortal opportunity business well, maybe Lord Wu Yihai might reward you in the future. Manage it well? Hee hee. Lady White Rabbit's eyes suddenly turned black, a cold light was shining in her dark eyes. Seeing this change, Wuan became alert, he took a step back. Lady White Rabbit, what are you doing? Don't act rashly. Lady White Rabbit's voice changed too, don't talk about White Rabbit. I am not that weak fool, blindly loving this cruel and heartless man. Remember, I am Black Tigress. Humph, what Black Tigress, it is time to teach you people a lesson. Even though my Wu clan is in a difficult spot, you minor characters should forget about, ugh. Before Wuan finished his words, his angry face turned into one of extreme fear. He found that he could not move, not only that, his body and soul were melting, turning into black water on the ground. What killer move is this? When was I hit? At this time, Black Tigress' cold voice entered Wu An's ears, enjoy it, this was meant for Wu Yihai. It is a pity I did not get to see him. Once she said that, Wuan completely melted into a puddle of black water. Boom! 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 Right after Wuan had died from Black Tigress' powerful killer move, the Super Gu formation started to shake intensely. The Super Gu formation was under attack. What is going on? The righteous Path Gu immortals here immediately reacted. Someone is attacking the Gu formation, they are inside the Gu formation. Soon, Qi Gui, who was the leader of Qi clan here, found the problem and informed the righteous Path Gu immortals. The immortals' hearts sank. The Super Gu formation had incredibly strong defense, but it was split into inside and outside. Attacking the Super Gu formation from the inside and from the outside were two different situations. Undeniably, attacking it from the inside would be much more destructive. The problem is at Xiao clan's area. The righteous Path Gu immortals near Xiao clan's area quickly transmitted. Damn it, I said that this immortal opportunity business was going to create problems. Xiao clan is toying with fire. See what happened. Ba Quan Feng shouted, after all, Ba clan did not participate in this immortal opportunity business. Once he said that, many righteous Path Gu immortals went silent. No need to worry, even in this situation, my Qi clan ancestor had prepared against this. This Super Gu formation has formations inside formations, for a total of 4 layers. Just these demonic path Gu immortals cannot break our outermost layer. Qi Gue tried to raise the morale and relieve his own awkwardness. Because Qi clan was one of the instigators of the immortal opportunity business. That's right, they are just some rats. The righteous path Gu immortals calmed down. But at this moment, boom! Several loud explosions occurred as the Gu formation shook again. The intensity was many times stronger than before. Many Gu worms died, quite a few immortal Gu were destroyed. What is going on? What is going on? Qi Gue was shocked. They actually found our formation core. Oh no, the other party came prepared. They are not attacking abruptly. They are attacking from both inside and outside. The outside of the Gu formation was hit by a strong attack earlier. Stop them. Quickly activate the Gu formations. Send some people to the site, exterminate those demonic path scoundrels. Did Wu clans and Xiao clans Gu immortals all die? Is anyone there? The righteous path Gu immortals transmitted to each other. It was a chaotic scene. What is going on? In the hall at Wu clan's area, Fang Yuan's brows were locked. He was observing the situation that had just occurred using the Gu formation. He had just practiced his killer move. The event happened too quickly. He was caught unprepared. Information was transmitted to Fang Yuan from the Gu formation. Lady White Rabbit's transformation in the killing of Wuan. He learned about everything. Lady White Rabbit is a traitor. She seemed to have become another person. And her target was actually me. Fang Yuan frowned even deeper now. He immediately decided to go ahead and kill White Rabbit to take revenge for Wuan. Not just because of Wu Yihai's identity, but also because Fang Yuan needed to maintain the stability of the Super Gu formation. He needed to kill Lady White Rabbit. To think that there was such a huge slip-up. Yihai, my side of the Gu formation is completely out of control. Come lend me a hand. Xiao Si Lu transmitted to Fang Yuan a cry for help and also the scene of Bai Ningbing killing Xiao Bo. Receiving this information, Fang Yuan's intention of acting was dispersed. Bai Ningbing. Hey Lu Lan. Why are they here? I get it, this is the act of Shadow Sect. Fang Yuan's heart shook. He stayed on the spot, his eyes bursting with bright light. After discovering Shadow Sect, even though he had killing intent, his thoughts of going out vanished. What a joke. Shadow Sect had a rank 8 existence. Fang Yuan saw this from the Battle of Reverse Flow River. Who knew where that purple mountain true monarch was? He might be close by, waiting to attack Wu Yihai if he came out. Even though I have the immortal killer move Reverse Flow Protection Seal, which can defend against rank 8 existences, once I use it, my identity will be exposed. Since Shadow Sect sent Lady White Rabbit to kill me, undoubtedly, they did not discover that I am impersonating Wu Yihai. Otherwise, they would not send just Lady White Rabbit. What to do? Fang Yuan went into rapid contemplation. Using his wisdom path methods, thoughts moved rapidly in Fang Yuan's mind, raging like a storm. Shadow Sect's intention is obvious, they want to save Spectral Soul's main body. Shadow Sect must have their trump cards. I need to quietly observe for now. This Super Gu formation is not a joke. Using this Super Gu formation, we can defend against the attacks of rank 8 Gu immortals. I should not expose myself. Fang Yuan quickly made his plan. As for Xiao Si Lu, you can die for all I care. Yihai, come quickly. Xiao Si Lu urged again. Fang Yuan had a cold expression, immediately rejecting. Hang on, I have some problems here. Wuan was murdered by Lady White Rabbit. I cannot spare this murderer. What? Be careful yourself. Xiao Si Lu was shocked, but she still gave Fang Yuan some words of concern, not knowing that he had already abandoned her in his mind. Xiao Si Lu was facing against Fairy Miao Yin, He Lu Lan, and Bai Ningbing. She was a rank 7 Gu immortal, similar to Fairy Miao Yin, while He Lu Lan and Bai Ningbing were rank 6. Thus, in Xiao Si Lu's perspective, the situation was not out of control. Her gaze was focused on Fairy Miao Yin. You are all finished, the Super Gu formation has already been activated, you are all trapped here, surrender now and be my clan's slave Gu immortals, you might be able to survive. He he he. Fairy Miao Yin laughed, is that so? If you find any errors, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know. Report chapter so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1350, Grey Knight breaks the formation. Chapter 1350, Grey Knight breaks the formation. Translator. Atlas Studios. Editor. Atlas Studios. Right at this time, an intensely strong aura burst out from outside the Super Gu formation. Soon, the righteous path Gu immortals controlling the Gu formation noticed. There is a strong aura ahead. Such intense aura, so powerful. A rank 8 Gu immortal. The righteous path Gu immortals were gasping. Is it Purple Mountain True Monarch? Fong Yuan, who was inside the hall, watched attentively. No, it is not a Gu immortal, it is an immemorial desolate beast. It is actually. Before he finished his words, bam! The entire Super Gu formation was faced with an unprecedentedly intense attack. The entire Gu formation shook intensely, the halls created inside the Gu formation were destroyed, they crumbled and disintegrated. At once, it felt like doomsday. The entire Gu formation was cracked open, but there were not many injuries in the righteous path Gu immortals. This was the difference between a Gu formation and a killer move. Even though Gu formations were the killer moves of formation path, after a Gu formation is set up, it works based on the Gu worms and the environment. When they are destroyed, the Gu immortal would suffer a less intense backlash. Of course, ancient battle formations were different. Once ancient battle formations were destroyed, the Gu immortals would suffer severe backlashes, especially the main controller of the formation. Cough, cough. Dust and smoke was clouding the place. The hall that Fong Yuan was in had completely collapsed, the corners were turning back into mortal Gu, dead Gu worms poured down like rain. A huge hole was created in the Super Gu formation, the dream realm that was completely concealed earlier was now exposed. Many righteous path Gu immortals stood by the opening, looking outside blankly. Over there, a huge figure was rampaging. It was a human-shaped immemorial desolate beast, it stood on both legs and had two huge monstrous claws, its hair was messy and its body was black like ink. Gu immortals, so many Gu immortals, I want to eat you all. After eating you, I will be closer to being human. This human-shaped immemorial desolate beast growled in a low tone, extremely excited. This is. A righteous path Gu immortal pointed at the immemorial desolate beast, stammering in a shocked state. Zui Yi Hui. Fong Yuan gritted his teeth subconsciously, feeling great pressure. The moment he saw this immemorial desolate beast, Fong Yuan felt like he was in the dream, but the shouting of the Gu immortals around him, the destroyed halls, and the Super Gu formation that was breaking apart reminded him that this was not a dream. Fong Yuan had not expected Zui Yi Hui to come here. This legendary immemorial desolate beast had caused too much suffering and deaths in Southern Border. All of the righteous path Gu immortals in Southern Border knew about it. With the appearance of Zui Yi Hui, the hearts of the righteous path members wavered, their morale fell to rock bottom. This was a powerful existence on par with rank 8 Gu immortals. Especially after the Super Gu formation was destroyed, how could these righteous path rank 6 and 7 Gu immortals defend against it? With their bodies? In this huge world of the 5 regions, there were only 2 people who could resist rank 8 as rank 7, they were Feng Jiugu and Lu Guanyi. We need to hold on. Don't panic, our Gu formation has 4 layers. That was just the outermost 4th layer which broke. Start to move, come into the next layer of the Gu formation. At the crucial moment, Qi Gui spoke up. He was the leader of Qi clan in this place, this Super Gu formation was created by Qi clan's first supreme elder, Qi Chuyu. Qi Gui naturally knew some information that others did not. As expected, the Gu formation activated and shined with a bright light. The collapsing stopped, and the outer formation was completely abandoned. A new line of defense appeared inside. The third layer of the Gu formation appeared before Zui Hui. It did not cover the entire dream realm, it was visible, but most of the dream realm was still concealed by the Gu formation. The righteous path Gu immortals quickly went inside. Fang Yuan was not an exception. He had to. Shadow Sect did not know about Wu Yihai's true identity, otherwise, Shadow Sect, which had a wisdom path rank 8 Gu immortal, would not send just Lady White Rabbit to assassinate Fang Yuan. The enemy was in the open while he was hidden, this was a clear advantage. At the same time, Fang Yuan had another advantage, that was the immortal Gu house. An immortal Gu house from Wu clan was on the way. Most Gu formations could not move, but immortal Gu houses could. And the power of immortal Gu houses could increase the more immortal essence was used, they could resist rank 8 Gu immortals. With an immortal Gu house to defend and escort him, Fang Yuan would have a greater chance to leave this place. But earlier, Wu clan's immortal Gu house was delayed along the way due to an unexpected mishap. Was it Shadow Sect? Fang Yuan considered this as his thoughts turned dark. Tisk, so troublesome. Bai Ningbing looked at the Gu formation's third layer of defense, frowning. This is hard to destroy. He Lu Lan sighed. At this time, Ing Wu Xia smiled coldly, transmitting to them, don't worry, just dodge. Fairy Miao Yin's, Bai Ningbing's, and He Lu Lan's bodies shook as they quickly flew back and retreated. Roar! At the next moment, Zui Hui roared and emitted a thunderously loud wave. Its voice burst out and created a sonic wave, pushing out the surrounding air and uprooting the trees and rocks, whipping up a storm. Next, Zui Hui breathed in deeply, its stomach bulged up. Its entire body expanded to double its size. Next, it opened its bloodthirsty mouth filled with sharp teeth, and a huge beam of light shot out fiercely. The gray-colored beam of light shot out extremely quickly, in the blink of an eye, it landed on the third layer of the Gu formation. There was a creepy silence. The third layer of the Gu formation was hit by the gray beam of light, as it was dyed gray rapidly. Earlier, Zui Hui had attacked the Super Gu formation as well. The first few attempts were just trials, but the previous time was also the killer move Grey Knight, together with He Lu Lan, Bai Ningbing, and Fairy Miao Yin, they destroyed the fourth layer of the Gu formation. Most of the righteous path Gu immortals did not manage to see these attacks clearly. But this time, they witnessed it firsthand, they saw how terrifying Zui Hui was. As if heaven and earth became still, monochrome color enveloped the place, time seemed to be moving slower. For one breath of time. Boom! Another thunderous explosion resounded in the world, the immortals' eardrums were bursting. The entire world shook, the third layer of the Gu formation was ripped apart, as if the previous attack was going to be played out again. The righteous path Gu immortals were pale, they instilled their immortal essence into the Gu formation desperately. When the tremors ended, the third layer of the Gu formation was only half destroyed, it still existed. This was a Super Gu formation personally created by rank 8 Gu immortal Qi Chuyu, together with a vast number of immortal Gu from southern borders righteous path forces, it was displaying its power now. It managed to block the signature move of legendary immemorial desolate beast Zui Hui. There were no injuries or deaths among the righteous path Gu immortals. I am actually still alive. Someone almost cried from joy. This is Zui Hui's signature method, immortal killer move, Grey Knight. We actually defended against it. Someone shouted loudly. Qi Gui's forehead was full of sweat, he said, this is the Super Gu formation that my clan's first supreme elder set up, why would it be destroyed? If not for them attacking from both inside and outside earlier, the fourth layer might still be around. Immortal killer move Grey Knight, it is different from the one in my dream realm, was its form changed? After so many years, Grey Knight must have been modified. Did Zui Hui modify it? Or did it have help? Is this help from Shadow Sect? Strange. If they had Zui Hui as a tool, why did Shadow Sect not use it when they were refining Sovereign Immortal Fetus Gu? Was it because they could not control it? Or is this all because of that rank 8 Gu Immortal? Fang Yuan fell into deep contemplation. Fairy Miao Yin, Bai Ning Bing, He Lu Lan, they came to the Super Gu formation again. Looking at the damaged third layer of the Super Gu formation, they were not shocked nor disappointed. Because they did not come alone, there was Ing Wu Xie, as well as many demonic path Gu immortals and lone immortals. Shadow Sect lacked manpower, but not resources. Normally, demonic path Gu immortals and lone cultivators lacked cultivation resources, they would pursue resources over their whole lives. Purple Mountain True Monarch endured the huge costs of spending resources to recruit a batch of demonic path and lone immortals. Humans die for wealth and birds die for food, money makes the world go round. Of course, these southern border Gu immortals were not stupid, only after Zui Hui appeared and used Grey Knight did they start to follow Ing Wu Xie and show up. On the other hand, this showed that Shadow Sect had a good grasp on timing and human emotions. From these demonic path and lone immortals' perspectives, not only was there the wisdom path rank 8 great expert Purple Mountain True Monarch, there was also the legendary immemorial desolate beast Zui Hui. This battle was decided already, they were going to win. It is all as Purple Mountain True Monarch predicted, we will attack using these holes in the Gu formation. Whoever can kill enemies and expand the hole would get several times the reward. Ing Wu Xie shouted, Shadow Sect's side started to clamor as they attacked the Super Gu formation. The Righteous Path side also reacted. Quickly, seal the hole. We cannot let them in. I need time to activate the second layer of the Gu formation, everyone, try to stall and fight for time. Qi Gui called out. Zui Hui has already used Grey Knight twice, this is the limit. It needs to rest for a while, it is time to teach these demonic path scoundrels a lesson. Ba De shouted. Fang Yuan squinted, he had been assessing Zui Hui, he also saw that after Zui Hui used Grey Knight, it was in a state of exhaustion, it panted as it remained on the spot, unmoving. This made Fang Yuan feel slightly relieved. There were so many southern border Gu immortals here, many people were familiar with history, they knew a lot about Zui Hui. After all, every time Zui Hui appeared, it would cause disaster in southern border, lots of southern border Gu immortals would need to work together, defending against and battling it. Southern Border's Righteous Path super clans had accurate information about Zui Hui from their historical records. If you find any errors, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know in report chapter so we can fix it as soon as possible.